Please make sure to subscribe and hit this bell icon and say all and save. And that's all you need so you don't miss my pretty face. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our last video of Aquarius Ascendant Sun, which means this week we're going to be covering Sun in the 12th house in the sign of Capricorn for Aquarius Ascendant folks. And as always, if you do not know where your Sun is placed, all the other astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out the full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Sun in the 12th house in the sign of Capricorn for Aquarius Ascendant people. So, for an Aquarius Ascendant, Sun rules the 7th house, which is the house of marriage, partnership, relationship, opponents, other people. And Sun now is taking its lordship to the 12th house in Capricorn. Well, the first thing that we see is that this person will be undefeated in foreign lands. This person will shear through all competition and will beat their opponents. This person will also find their spouse in foreign lands, especially at some professional organized event. Obviously, for a man, you have to see Venus, where Venus is placed, because that will give you more details as to where the spouse is going to be. However, this person will find a very professional spouse. Your spouse will require a professional life. So let's say if you're a man and you marry a woman, then that woman still wants to work. They want to be professional. They want to be in an authoritative position. So regardless if you're a male or female, your spouse is going to try to overtake the marriage. They're going to want to take control. But this is where that issue comes into play. Because this is your Sun. Sun is the original Atma Karka of the birth chart. It's known as Sthir Atma Karka, the fixed Atma Karka. And then you have Charatma Karka, meaning the planets where Venus can become your Atma Karka, your soul significator, your Mercury can become your soul significator. But here, Sun is the Atma Karka. It is your soul. It is part of your energy, your engine. So here, now you're saying, no, you're not going to take control of the relationship. I am. So this is where the ego battle can definitely come in. One will have to be subservient in this in order for the relationship and marriage to work. It can work. If you are aware of the fact, since this is you, so you must be watching this, unless you're watching this on behalf of your spouse. But if this is you, then be aware that, okay, maybe I need to be the subservient one in the relationship or marriage for this to be working out. Because remember, 7th Lord, sign of Leo, the king, the lion, is 6th from itself. 6th house from any house is a house of conflict. And it's not the sign of Capricorn. Makar, meaning the crocodile, snapping. Your wife snaps at you. Your husband snaps at you. Why do they snap at you? They snap at you because your ego becomes active in the 7th house. Leo is the ego, the fire. So knowing this, if you want a happy married life, make that sacrificial commitment to yourself that, okay, I want a marriage. I want to be happy in a marriage. I'll be the subservient one. When she says or he says we should do this, okay, I'll do this. I'm not discriminating whether you have to be a man or woman to be, subservient. You just have to be. If you want to be happy in the marriage, simple. If you don't, then might as well just be single, because it is going to cause issue. The other thing that we see with this is that a person will gain through foreign governments. They will gain through foreign authorities. And especially if you're in your own homeland, usually, let's say somebody's in India. In India, I know this position known as IFS officer, Indian Foreign Services. In there, this Sun can be extremely helpful. Because the government, which is Leo, the governance is in the 7th house of Kendra, quadrant house. Lord of that is Sun, who's going to the 12th house in a very strong authoritative sign, status sign of Capricorn. So even though it's the enemy sign of the Sun, it is still the authority. So the authority is sitting on authority. This is where Sun actually kind of enjoys Capricorn. It says that, okay, I am in an enemy house, but I am still getting to dictate and become a leader. But the problem, the reason why this sign becomes a problem, because this is an enemy sign. So someone else is going to also try to oppose you at all time. Someone else going to become that magarmach, meaning that crocodile. They're going to try to snap you. You're going to try to snap them. This is where that, so in Capricorn, it does very well, but you will always have opponents and enemies. But one thing where you do not want to make this is with your own spouse. So if let's say you're in a relationship with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, okay, sit them down for a coffee before you pop the question to them, or before they're expecting you to pop the question to them. Sit them down, say, hey, who's going to be the subservient in the relationship? Because we are having ego battles. If you're in a relationship with a boyfriend, girlfriend, and it has been more than 4 or 5 months, and that honeymoon phase is over, you will see that the conflict is happening. You want to take control of the relationship. She or he wants to take control of the relationship. You said, no, you have to do this, this, and this. And they said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this and this. When you start seeing this, sit them down at a coffee shop. Look, do we want to get married? Yes. Well, then one of us has to sacrifice. Or we make a contract right now that I will do this and this in a marriage. You will do this and this in a marriage. So we both are negotiating. So when that is settled, that's where that peace will come in. That's where that fire of Leo will settle down on the earth. Because the Lord of the fire is on earth. But it's on the highest earth. It's on the top of the peak. So if let's say you have Taurus as a plain, Virgo as a plateau, well, Capricorn is a mountain. So as much as it's on earth, it's still on a very high status. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Sun in the Aquarius zodiac's ascendant in the 12th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And you want to know where your Sun is placed, all your other details, my books, reports, consultations. For that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.